Alright, so now we talk about multiplying negative number. Let's say I have 2 times 3. So in primary school we learned that this is 2 groups of 3. And so let's say I have an apple, I have an apple, I have an apple. So this is one group. And if I were to repeat this, it will be 6, right? So now what about I have 2 times negative 3. So if I have 2 times negative 3, it can be understood by the same concept. So I have negative 3 but 2 groups. So it's something like negative 3, negative 3, one group, plus another group of negative 3. So this is negative 6. Now what if I have negative 2 times 3? So again, if you want to understand by the apple, the 2 groups of something method, I can understand as this is 3 group of negative 2. So in this case, it will be negative 2 one group, plus another group, plus another group, and then I have negative 6. Now lastly, what happens when I have negative 2 times negative 3? So this we will use the rule that we have established earlier. So if we multiply, and when we take a negative, multiply a negative, it will be a positive. So we look at this. So this is negative multiplied by a negative, and it will give you a positive, and this will be 6. Now let's do some pattern recognition here. So the first scenario, we have a positive number multiplied by a positive number, and we get a positive number. So I can write this down actually. So when there is a positive number multiply by a negative number is equal to positive number. I said wrongly. Let me change it. So it's not negative, but this is positive. Let me repeat this statement 4 times. Let me repeat again 4 times. So but then I have to change certain things, so let me just try. This is the second scenario. So second scenario is a positive number times a negative number will give you a negative number. So let me change this to negative, and let me change this to negative. So this is positive number multiplied by a negative number will give a negative number. Now third scenario, negative number times positive number will give you a negative number. So third scenario, let me erase this positive and erase this positive and change with the word negative and negative. Now last one, when we talk about negative number times negative number, which give you a positive number, so I have to change the last sentence to have negative multiplied by a negative to give you positive. Now So to illustrate this, I can actually use a mathematical symbol to help me. So we say, if I have positive times positive, it will be positive. So this is what we always know. If I have a positive multiplied by a negative, it will be negative. Negative times positive number will give you a negative. And lastly, negative times negative will be positive. Now you can copy these questions, pause the video, do the answer, and then we compare. Alright, pause now. Okay, let's resume. Now look at the first one. I have positive 2 times negative. So usually what I do is I settle, or rather I decide what is the sign first. So my positive times negative will give you negative, right? This is positive times negative. This is the case number 2, right? So, and it's the negative number. So you'll be minus. So 2 times 5, 2 multiplied by 5 will give you a 10. Now look at the next question. Negative times positive will give you negative. 3 times 6 will give you 18. Now look at this question now. So positive times positive, note if there's no sign in front, it's always a positive sign. And of course I need to separate this by a bracket, right? So I should separate this with a bracket. So positive times positive will give you positive. 2 times 8 will give you a 16. Now if you do not see anything in between them and they are separated by bracket, you do know that they are multiplied. So again, negative multiplied by a positive will give you a negative. 4 times 2 will give you 8. Now move on quickly. Positive times negative will give you negative. 5 times 5 will give you 25. Negative times negative. Now this is the scenario 4, which is a positive answer. So then 2 times 10 will give you 20. Now last one. Negative times negative will give you plus. 5 times 6 will give you 30.